Okay, so good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the secondary market, right? So tell me, what do you know about the secondary market? In the secondary market, sale of purchase of existing securities, right? When I told you about the different type of market in which we have under the capital market, we have primary and the secondary market. So under the primary market, we have new issued securities, we have IPO, FPO, private placement, offer for sale, right issues. So all of these instruments are the part of primary market. Okay, and when I'm talking about the secondary market, there will be sale and purchase of existing securities at a platform which is given by these two, Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange, right? So Bombay Stock Exchange, it's one of the oldest stock exchange in our country, which is founded in 1875. But when we talk about National Stock Exchange, which is NSE, it's not oldest one, it's the newest one, which is founded in 1992. It started operating in, I think, 1994. And the indices which you already know about the secondary market are Sensex 30 and Nifty 50. So in BSE Sensex 30, there are the 30 companies which are included. In Nifty 50, the 50 companies which will be included. There are other indices also which we have, like we have the Nifty 100, we have Bank Nifty, we have IT Nifty. So there is many indices which is there on National Stock Exchange as well as on the BSE Stock Exchange. So let's find out some of the differences between these two indices. So as I told you, this is one of the oldest one, this is one of the newest one. It's founded in 1875, it's founded in 1992. The indices are different for the different stock exchange. Website is given, the listed companies which is given here. So BSE has more listed companies, it's more than 7,000 here. And when we talk about NSE, it has around 1800 companies, okay, 1790. The market capitalization, it's around 266 trillion in case of BSE, because the number of companies which are listed is very high as compared to the NSE. And here the market capitalization is around 200 trillion. Global rank is given. Okay, tell me, what is market capitalization? What is the formula of market capitalization? Market capitalization is the number of outstanding shares of a company multiplied by the market price of the company. Okay, so if you want to calculate the market capitalization of any company, you have to find out the number of outstanding shares of that company and the market price of that company. So by multiplying these two, we can reach the market capitalization of any company. Okay. Some other differences which mention here, the rank of these indices. Network trading, it's in 419 cities, it's over 1500 cities. When we terms about the liquidity, the NSE liquidity, it's comparatively lower than the NSE. NSE has more liquidity as compared to BSE. So the stock listed on the National Stock Exchange, they have higher liquidity, which is the stock listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. So these are the one of the two National Stock Exchange which is there in our country. Is there any other stock exchange also available in our country? Regional stock exchange, right? Regional में कौन से है? Delhi Stock Exchange, Ahmedabad Stock Exchange, Kolkata Stock Exchange. So the small companies which are listed on the regional stock exchanges. So when we discussed the primary market, I told you about how to get listed a company on the particular stock exchange. So the process which we did in IPO, the book building process, that is the process which is followed here to get listed on the either of these two stock exchanges. I also discuss about the delisting of a company. If you remember, we discuss about reverse book building process. So that reverse book building process will be used in case of company voluntarily wants to delist themselves. So that will also come under BSE and NSE. If a company is already listed there and they want to delist themselves, then the reverse book building process will be followed. So whenever I am talking about the secondary market is available for equity as well as for the debt market, the government securities market. So for the government securities market, what is the name of secondary market? NDSOM, right? Negotiating Dealing System Order Matching Segment, which is provided by the RBI. So this is the platform for the government securities and the T-bills. If anyone wants to sell and purchase of existing government securities, they can go to NDSOM, which is Negotiating Dealing System Order Matching Segment, and from there they can do their trading. Same way, the government securities market also have secondary market. Money market securities like T-bills also have the secondary market, and equity is already there which have the secondary market. Okay. So now the question is, how when there are these two indices, Sensex 30 and Nifty 50, how the companies are get included in these two indices? What is the process which they followed? Tell me. कोई भी कंपनी को निफ्टी 50 में आने के लिए क्या होना ज़रूरी है, या फिर क्या प्रोसेस उनको फॉलो करना है? बताओ। हाँ, तो कंपनी जैसे आपने कहा कंपनी शुड बी इन टॉप 50, तो कैसे होती है? मार्केट शेयर ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, है ना? सो देर आर डिफरेंट मेथड्स थ्रू विच ए कंपनी कैन बी इंक्लूडेड इन द इंडेक्स. फर्स्ट वन is the price weighted method, second one is the market capitalization method, third one is the free float market capitalization method. So in this NSE and BSE we follow the third one, which is free float market capitalization method. So first, if I talk about the price weighted method, so as the name suggesting, the company will be included in a index on the basis of their price. सो जितना ज़्यादा प्राइस होगा उतना ज़्यादा उस कंपनी का वेट होगा इंडेक्स में. सो कौन सा इंडेक्स है अभी जो कि प्राइस वेटेड फॉलो कर रहा है? इट्स डाउ जोन्स इंडस्ट्रियल एवरेज विच इज़ इन यूएसए. हाँ, सो दैट फॉलो प्राइस वेटेड इंडेक्स मेथड. सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द प्राइस द कंपनीज आर हैविंग, दे आर गोइंग टू बी इंक्लूडेड इन द इंडेक्स. मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन मेथड, in which the companies are included in the index on the basis of their market capitalization. The higher the market capitalization, higher weight will be given to those companies. So formula I already told you to calculate the market capitalization, right? Number of outstanding shares multiply by market price of the shares. So by multiplying these two terms, we will reach to market capitalization. Higher will be the market cap, higher will be the weight of that company in the index. The third one which I am talking about, free float market capitalization. So our indices also, they were following the market capitalization method before this free float we adopted, but there is a reason why the companies have been, why the index have been allotted this free float market capitalization method. So what do you understand by free float? Free float of a shares? greater liquidity, or we can say the greater number of shares which are available for the traders to invest and to trade, right. So free float means the shares which are freely available for the public. Okay, free float means the shares which are freely available for the public, that will be free float. So let me tell you with the help of example. Let's say Reliance has the total market capitalization of 100 crore number of shares, sorry 100 crore की इनकी market capitalization है, and the free float is given 0.60. So what does it means? It means out of total market capitalization of Reliance, the 60% of their shares are freely float in the market, which is freely available for the public. Okay. So 0.60 which will be 60 crore. So free float market capitalization of that particular company is 60 crores. So what are the shares which will not be included in the free float? कौन कौन से शेयर्स होंगे जो कि पब्लिक के लिए अवेलेबल नहीं है, बताओ। So the shares which are held by the promoters, the shares which are held by the partners, venture capitals, which is not freely available for the public, those will be the shares which will not come under free float market cap. I'll show you the list of it. Okay, ये example बाद में करते हैं. Let me tell you the exceptions of free float. Assumptions of free float. Yes, these are the exceptions. So these shares which are held by the founders, directors, acquirers, which have control element, which have held by the persons, bodies with controlling interest, held by the government, promoters, holding through the FDI route. So all of these shares, they will not come under the free float. Okay, so जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे बोला ना कि रिलायंस का 100 करोड़ का लेट्स से टोटल मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन है और 60 करोड़ फ्री फ्लोट है, तो ये 60% आया कहाँ से? तो इसको कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आपको इन शेयर्स में से, दीज आर द शेयर्स विच आर हेल्ड बाय देम, ये शेयर्स टोटल मार्केट कैपिटल में से माइनस करने पड़ेंगे एंड यू विल रीच टू फ्री फ्लोट मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन. सो टेक ए मिनट, एक बार पढ़ो इनको. Holding through FDI route, strategic stakes by the private bodies, equities by associates group companies, which is cross holding. Okay, so these are the shares which will be deducted from the total market capitalization or total number of shares. Then we will reach to free float market capitalization and free float of those shares. Okay, let's look at this example. So in this, the free float factor is calculated. The total number of equity shares which is given, it's this I think 2.5 crores. It's 2.5 crore, which is 100%. The shareholding categories is given here, which is promoters are holding 1.2 crores, promoter depository receipts are 10,000, public shareholding logged in. Logged in means which cannot be available for trading. Okay, so these will also not come under free float. Strategic holding 25,000. So calculate the free float factor in this. Calculate करो. You just have to deduct these number of holding which is given here from the total number of shares. You will get the free float share capital. Hmm? 2700 नहीं 20,000 नहीं आएगा. Total number of equity shares is given 2.5 crore. You have to deduct all these categories of shares from this particular total number of shares. Or you can do it in terms of percentage. 100% minus 48.44, which is total given here. Which will be coming 0.51. So this is the total percentage of shares, 2.5 crores. These are the categories which will not be come under free float. So these are the categories in which shares are not freely available for the public. So 100% minus the total number of shares which are held by these, which is 48.44. So it's coming 51 point something. So that 51% shares will be free float, freely available for the public. So 51% of this 2.5 crore, whatever will be the number of shares which will come, that will be freely available for the public. ठीक है. So any doubt till now? कितना आ रहा है? 1,28,00,000. ठीक है, 1,28 lakhs. Actually we need the percentage which is 51%, right? So let's look another questions. Okay, so after calculating the free float, the percentage which is coming, it's 0.51%. Okay, so different company will have the different free float, right? Different company की जो percentage आएगी, it will be different. Some companies might have 0.51, some might have 0.55, 0.52, 0.71. So to make it more comparable between the companies, they have introduced a band concept. Now the SEBI has allowed the band concept, which is 20 bands are given by the SEBI in the free float, which is starting from 0 to 5 or 1 to 5. It's a continuous data, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20 till 96 to 100. Okay. So there are these 20 bands which are given by the SEBI, so that if the companies are coming any of these bands, let's say there are 3 companies which have free float factor of 0.51, 0.52, 0.55. Okay, these are the 3 companies which have free float factor of 51%, 52%, 55%. So they all will come in a band of 51 to 55, right? इसी band में आएंगी. So all these companies will lie under this 51 to 55 band. So to calculate the free float market capitalization, all the companies which are coming in a particular band, the higher side of that band number we will consider, which is 55. So we are assuming that all the companies which are coming in a particular band, like I gave you the example of 51, 52, 55%. So all 3 companies have the free float factor of higher side, which is 55%. Okay. ताकि to make it more uniform, this is the only reason कि थोड़ा uniformity आ जाए. I show you the band. Okay, so band is not available here, but I told you that SEBI has introduced the 20 band system. Before the 20 bands there were 10 bands, but after that they have introduced these 20, and from 1 to 5, 6 to 10, like this there are 20 bands. Any company which will fall under any band, they will be the higher side of that band will be considered for calculating the free float market capitalization. Okay. So now what is the formula of market capitalization? Number of outstanding shares multiply by market price. This is the formula of calculating the market capitalization, and the formula of calculating the free float market capitalization is number of outstanding shares multiply by the market price multiply by the free float factor. जो आपने अभी कैलकुलेट किया ना, उसी फैक्टर से आपको मल्टीप्लाई कर देना है. सो योर फ्री फ्लोट मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन विल कम. So let's say the number of outstanding shares are given 10 lakhs, market price is given 150 rupees and free float factor is 55%. So 10 lakhs multiply by 150 multiply by 55%. Whatever will be the figure is coming, that will be free float market cap. Let's take with the help of example. Okay, read this one. Example of free float market cap. आ सकते हैं. Okay, so this Mehta Textile has 50,000 outstanding shares, price is 28 rupees, 27,000 held publicly, while remaining 2,300 shares are owned privately. From this data, it's possible to calculate both market capitalization as well as free float market capitalization. So market capitalization calculate करने के लिए तो डायरेक्ट आपका निकल जाएगा, which is the total number of outstanding shares 50,000 multiply by the market price which is 28. So जो ये हमारा 14 lakhs आ रहा है, it's total market capitalization. But when we are calculating the free float market capitalization, you have to only consider those shares which are freely available for the public, which is given 27,000 here. So free float market cap is coming 7,56,000. ठीक है, एनी डाउट? आ गया ना समझ में? कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछो। अब ये सेकंड एग्जांपल देखो, ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट द फ्री फ्लोट ऑफ दिस। हाँ, okay, so in this case total market capitalization is the total number of outstanding shares, which is 1,20,000 multiplied by the market price, which is 90. So this is coming the total market capitalization. Out of these shares, 30,000 are publicly owned, remaining 90,000 shares are held by the different government entities. So the price of each share is 90. So 30 multiply with the 90, which is publicly owned, we are getting 2,70,000. This will be the free float market cap. Okay, so to calculating the free float market cap, you have to multiply the shares which is publicly owned by, and even the shares is not given, you are given with the percentage. So I already told you the formula. You have to multiply it with the market capitalization, you will get the free float market cap. Okay, you can also check this example. They are calculating the free float in terms of percentage, which is coming 0.74, and whatever will be the total market cap, they are going to multiply it with the percentage of free float, which is 0.74, and these are the free float market cap. Okay, any question now? Now now let's do the numerical questions of these free float factor. Okay. So whenever the value of these indices which is there, let's say Nifty is right now at 19,000 and Sensex is around I think more than 60,000, it's at 60,000. So how do we are reaching of that particular value? No, Nifty is 19,000, BSE Sensex is 60,000. So tell me, let's say Nifty is at 19,000, BSE Sensex is at 60,000. So does it mean कि BSE Sensex की कंपनीज अच्छा कर रही है और निफ्टी कंपनीज अच्छा नहीं कर रही? ऐसा नहीं है ना? Even if there is a difference between these two values, which is 19 and हाँ mid cap, as the mid cap companies are there, for that they have the index which is mid cap 100. So there are 100 companies which have the mid capitalization, and under this they will have these companies like we have BSE 100, Nifty 100, Nifty 50, Nifty banks. So all the banks including public and private will come under this index. Nifty next 50. No, foreign banks will not come. टॉप 100 कंपनीज हाँ आएंगी वो भी, उनके अलावा भी 50 मोर विल बी देयर. अच्छा, अब ये जो 19 और 60,000 है, तो आप कह रहे हो कि इनमें डिफरेंस है, बट इट डजंट मीन कि BSE सेंसेक्स कंपनीज आर डूइंग वेल एंड निफ्टी कंपनीज आर नॉट डूइंग वेल, है ना. सो व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट मीन द एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू ऑफ ए इंडेक्स, it doesn't matter. Even if one index is at 60,000 and another one is at 19,000, what does matter? The relative change in the index, means how much return Nifty gives from the last 5 years, how much return BSE Sensex gave last 5 years. This is what matters. So the relative change which is there in both the index, it matters, not the absolute value. So the difference between these two is also there because of the, as you already know, Sensex BSE is oldest one which is there at 1875, Nifty is the new one which is at 1992, 1994, and when we calculate the index value with the help of free float market cap, we have to check we are comparing it with the base year value. So the base year of these two indices are also different. BSE Sensex base year is, I think it's 1978-79, and Nifty base year it's 1994, 1995. Okay, 1994 to 5. Base value which we are considering for both the index is also different. For one it's 1000, for Nifty 50 the base value is 1000, for BSE Sensex the base value is 100. Okay, so I'll tell you the formula to calculate the index value with the help of free float market cap. When we are multiplying, if we are taking the companies of Nifty 50, we have to multiply those value with the 1000 which is the base value, and when we are talking about BSE Sensex, we have to multiply that value with the 100. Okay. Let's do this question. Let's say this is the information which is given to you. Nifty is having only 4 companies A, B, C, D. Following is the information which is given. 4 stocks on Sensex. So this is, let's assume this is Nifty only. on the Sensex word is the typing error. So these are the script A, B, C, D. This is the price on the base day of these securities 200, 120, 100, 140. A number of outstanding shares are given, which is 2 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh, 2 lakhs. Price current day and the free float factor, which is already given to you, so you don't have to calculate. अगर आपको क्वेश्चन में दे ही रखा हो ना 0.65, 0.70, so you don't have to calculate it. अगर नहीं दे रखा हो तो आपको कैलकुलेट करना आता है ना. What do you have to do? They are asking you to calculate the Nifty index according to price weighted method, according to market capitalization method and free float market capitalization method. So let us first do it with the market capitalization method. So what you have to do right now, you have to calculate the market capitalization on the basis of base day, and you also have to calculate the market capitalization on the basis of current day. So calculate karo and tell me what is the total market capitalization on the basis of base day is coming, and what is the total market capitalization on the basis of current day is coming. Calculate karo and बताओ मुझे. फॉर्मूला तुम्हें पता ही है ना, बेस डे प्राइस मल्टीप्लाई बाय नंबर ऑफ आउटस्टैंडिंग शेयर्स, सो 200 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 lakhs, ऐसे करके चारों स्क्रिप्ट्स का निकाल के उसको डिवाइड टोटल कर देना. सेम करंट प्राइस के बेसिस पे 2 लाख मल्टीप्लाई बाय 350, 4 lakhs मल्टीप्लाई बाय 220 एंड सो ऑन. चारों का निकाल के उसको ऐड कर देना. मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन है, मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन मार्केट के बेसिस पे भी करना, बेस प्राइस के बेसिस पे भी कैलकुलेट करना. 11 crore on the basis of base day, market capitalization, and on the basis of current day, देखो यहाँ पे देखो, market capitalization method, on the basis of base price you have to multiply the number of outstanding shares with the base price, right? So the total is coming this much, I think this is 16 crore something, and then you calculate the market price, the market capitalization on the basis of current price. So the total number of outstanding shares multiply by the current price, the total is coming 28 crore something. So the formula is total market capitalization as per the current price divide by total market capitalization as per the base price and multiply by 1000. Okay. So 28 crores 80 lakhs divided by 16 crores 60 lakhs multiply by the 1000, which is the Nifty base value, which is given in the question. If it's not been given, you have to remember it. And the value of the index is coming 1734 point something, approx 1735. Okay. This is on the basis of market capitalization. Now you have to do in the basis of free float. So free float में कैसे करोगे? The formula will be same, free float market cap on the basis of current price divide by free float market cap on the basis of base price multiply by 1000. Okay. So base price का कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे? 200 multiply by 2 lakhs multiply by how, what is the free float factor? 0.65. जैसे ये मैंने ए कंपनी का किया ना, 200 multiply by 2 lakhs multiply by 0.65, you have to calculate for all the 4 companies, then total करो उसका, फिर करंट डे प्राइस पे करो 2 लाख multiply by 350 multiply by 0.65, चारों कंपनीज का निकाल के टोटल करो and then tell me what is the answer you are getting. So what is the total coming of this base price? 2 crore 16 lakhs total. ठीक है, ऐसे ही करंट प्राइस का कैलकुलेट करो, फ्री फ्लोट मार्केट कैप, देन टेल मी द टोटल ऑफ. हाँ, so that 19 crore something whatever you are getting for the total of free float market cap on the basis of current day, divide it with the free float market cap total on the basis of base day and multiply it by 1000. Tell me what is the answer you are getting. कितना आंसर आ रहा है? इसे क्रॉस चेक करो एक बार. इंडेक्स वैल्यू कितनी आ रही है? Huh? Oh, let me check. It's coming 11 crore 17 lakhs total market cap base price. Current price is coming 19 crore 41 lakhs. So 19 crore 41 lakhs divided by 11 crore 17 lakhs multiply by 1000, you will be getting 1737.6. So approx 1738. That will be the index value in case of free float. हाँ, तो बस इसको अब डिवाइड करना बेस टोटल मार्केट कैप से एंड मल्टीप्लाई इट बाय द 1000, यू विल गेट द फ्री फ्लोट मार्केट कैप. हाँ, 19 crore 41 lakhs 11 crore 70 lakhs मल्टीप्लाई बाय 1000 विच इज निफ्टी बेस वैल्यू. अगर आपको BSE सेंसेक्स की कैलकुलेट करने के लिए कहता सो मल्टीप्लाई इट बाय 100, then you will get your answer. Okay, so this is on the basis of market cap free float. Now the third one which is left, which is price weighted method. So under the price weighted, you don't have to do anything, you just have to add the price which is total 200, 120, 100, 140 base day price ka total, current day price ka total, then the total of current day price divide by the base day price multiply by 1000, you will get the value. So let's do it. Because on the in the price weighted method, the index value will be calculated on the basis of the price of market shares. Higher will be the price, higher will be the weight of that particular script. So 200 plus 120, 320, 420, 460, 560 is the base total price. Price of current day which is 350 plus 220, 370, 570, 570, 630, 730, 780 to 980. So 980 divided by 560 multiply by 1000. देखो क्या वैल्यू आ रही है? $1,750. So this 1750 will be the value of Nifty index on the basis of price weighted method. Okay. So these are the three famous methods which are used in case of calculating the index value. Okay, so let's say in the previous example you have been given information about the base price and the base value. Let's say you have not given any information about the base price or something, the direct question is asking you. This is the question in which you have to calculate the market, the Nifty value on the basis of market cap and free float and price weighted method. So this is the only information which is given to you. This is the simple question. जो थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट था वो मैंने पहले आपको अभी डिस्कस किया आपके साथ. सो दे आर सेइंग ए स्टॉक इंडेक्स कंटेन्स स्टॉक ऑफ 4 firms WXYZ. The stock price of 4 of them are given 600, 350, 700, 650. The companies have 20 lakhs, 25, 21, 14 lakhs respectively shares These are the number of shares which is given to you. So find out the value on the basis of price weighted and market value, मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन मेथड. इसमें फ्री फ्लोट की इंफॉर्मेशन भी नहीं गिवन, इसमें बेस वैल्यू का भी कुछ नहीं गिवन. सो डायरेक्ट आपको मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन के बेसिस पे और प्राइस वेटेड के बेसिस पे कैलकुलेट करना है. सो कैलकुलेट द मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन इन दिस. क्या आ रहा है टोटल मार्केट कैप आपका? ओके, सो मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन कितना आ रहा है आप लोगों को बताओ, टोटल मार्केट कैप? 4,45,000 नहीं, 44,550 यही आ रहा होगा ना. यू हैव टू डिवाइड इट बाय द 4, यू विल गेट द market cap nifty value. Okay, because no other information is given to you. Same goes for the price. You just have to add all the price of the shares which is given here, 6, 350, 700, 650 divided by the 4, you will get 575. So this is the simplest example which can be solved by averaging the price as well as averaging the market capitalization. But the previous question which I discussed with you, in that question all the information will be given to you, right? Information about the base price as well as free float. So the next part of this question, they are saying if the share prices changes to 630, 320, 720 and 680, कैलकुलेट न्यू प्राइस एंड वैल्यू वेटेड इंडेक्स. अब ये वाला कैलकुलेट करके दिखाओ. हाँ जी, वो नहीं लाया मैं. नहीं, आप ले आना एक बार. करो, कैलकुलेट करो इसको. प्राइस का एवरेज लेना है, मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन कैलकुलेट करके उसका एवरेज लेना है, एंड यू विल गेट योर न्यू प्राइस एंड वैल्यू वेटेड इंडेक्स. बताओ क्या आंसर आ रहा है. 11,310. हाँ 11,310 lakhs. ठीक है. दिस विल बी द आंसर फॉर मार्केट कैप, एंड प्राइस का तो सिर्फ एवरेज ही करना है. सो प्राइस चेंजेस टू दीज 4 लेवल डिवाइड बाय 4. दिस विल बी द प्राइस वेटेड मेथड्स. ओके. सो प्रीवियस वाला जो क्वेश्चन था ना, वैसे क्वेश्चंस की प्रैक्टिस करना, एंड यू विल गेट अबाउट द निफ्टी इंडेक्स कैलकुलेशन. सो एनी डाउट टिल नाउ? Tell me if you have any doubt. Okay. So now we are going to discuss the new topic which is a part of secondary market itself, the bonus shares and the stock split. Tell me, what do you know about the bonus shares and stock split? I mean, what is the difference of these two terms? Bonus shares and stock split. क्या होता है इन दोनों में? हाँ, बोनस शेयर्स में, हाँ हाँ, so existing shareholders are getting more shares in case of bonus shares. Same way stock split may be the shareholders will also get more shares. अब bonus shares company देती क्यों है? They are giving it as a bonus, so you don't have to pay anything for it. The bonus shares will be given free to the existing shareholders. Let's say you have 100 shares of Reliance and company has announced the bonus shares in ratio 1:1. So what does it mean? You are going to have more 100 shares of Reliance than you are having the previously 100. So total now you are going to have 200 shares of Reliance. राइट अगर कंपनी ने बोनस शेयर्स अनाउंस किया और आपके पास 100 शेयर्स है पहले से रिलायंस के, नाउ यू आर गोइंग एंड 1:1 इज द बोनस, यू आर गोइंग टू हैव 200 शेयर्स. अब लेट्स से आपके पास 100 शेयर्स थे पहले एंड द मार्केट प्राइस वाज 2000 रुपीज रिलायंस का. सो आपकी टोटल इन्वेस्टमेंट हो गई 2 लाख, 2 लाख रुपए की इन्वेस्टमेंट हो गई ना. अब आफ्टर द बोनस शेयर्स यू आर हैविंग 200 शेयर्स, 200 शेयर्स ऑफ रिलायंस. तो प्राइस क्या होगा? जो पहले 2000 रुपए था रिलायंस का प्राइस, बोनस इशू के बाद उस प्राइस में इंक्रीज होगा या डिक्रीज होगा? डिक्रीज होगा ना. कितना डिक्रीज होगा? उसी रेशो में डिक्रीज होगा जिस रेशो में बोनस शेयर्स अनाउंस किया है. सो इट शुड बी 50% डाउन टू 1000 रुपीज एंड जो आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट वैल्यू है 2 lakhs की, दैट शुड बी रिमेन सेम. सो द whenever a company announces the bonus shares, the share prices decreases and the number of shares increases, but the total investment जो भी आपकी रहते हैं it will remain the same. In theoretically same होनी चाहिए, लेकिन जब practically होता है तो this price could be little bit up and down. 1000 की जगह 1100 हो सकता है या फिर 900 भी हो सकता है. ठीक है. This will be the example of bonus share. What happen in case of stock split? So company announces the stock splits when they thinks that their share prices is very high. जैसे recently रेलवे ने अनाउंस किया था IRCTC, it was around 4000 rupees and they announced the stock split into 1:5. So if you are having 1 share of IRCTC, you will be given 5 shares. So इस केस में भी प्राइस हमारा डिक्रीज होता है. कितना डिक्रीज होता है? सेम रेशो में 1:5 था ना, तो 4000 डिवाइड बाय 5 कितना होगा? 800. So 800 will be the price. Number of 800 will be the price and 5 will be the number of shares. Stock split करने के reasons are different for the different companies. What could be those reasons? When they think share price is too high, when they want to increase the retail participation, right? So that more retail investors can participate in the shares. क्योंकि जितना ज़्यादा प्राइस होगा तो the retail investors who don't want to invest 4000 in one company, they will not prefer to buy one share at 4000. Okay, so the reasons could be different for the different companies. Now here the question the topic which we are doing is adjustment of corporate actions. कि जो भी बोनस शेयर्स या स्टॉक स्प्लिट अनाउंस होता है उसका हम मार्केट प्राइस पे क्या इम्पैक्ट आता है, नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स पे क्या इम्पैक्ट आता है और उनके फ्यूचर्स एंड फॉरवर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स पर क्या इम्पैक्ट आता है. सो प्राइस एंड नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स का आई टोल्ड यू, बट there is a formula which is given here of adjustment factor which will be used in case of bonus shares as well as in case of stock split. सो बोनस के शेयर में क्या एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर का फॉर्मूला है, ए प्लस बी डिवाइड बाई बी. व्हाट इज ए एंड बी? दिस इज द रेशियो. In the ratio they have been distributed. 1:1 is 1:1 means A is also 1, B is also 1. 1:5, A is 1, B is 5. So A plus B divided by B, A plus B divided by B will be the adjustment factor in case of bonus shares, and in case of stock split and consolidation, adjustment factor will be A divided by B. So write down this formula. ओके हो गया. Now let's do this question. ABC Limited has informed BSE that the company have fixed this 10th of October as a record date for the purpose of subdivision of equity shares in the ratio of 5:1. Stock split किया है, 5 equity shares of company 20 each for every 1 shares of 100 each. They have also announced the bonus issue of in the ratio 1:1. So the company have done both of the things together. Bonus issue is also 1:1. Stock split is also 5:1. अभी recently Bajaj Financial Services has announced these two, bonus issue as well as stock split. Last year I think उन्होंने announce किया था. Their share price was around I think 15,000 or something. So that to reduce that particular share price and to increase the retail participation, they have announced this bonus issue as well as stock split. So this so bonus issue and stock split, both these companies have announced. In the above, exchange shall make the necessary adjustment for all the available futures and option contract, and under this, so you have to calculate the adjustment factor. So अभी जो आपने फॉर्मूला लिखा ना, उससे एक बार कैलकुलेट करो. What is the adjustment factor is coming for bonus shares and stock split. कितना आ रहा है बोनस इशू के केस में? क्या फॉर्मूला था? ए प्लस बी डिवाइड बाय बी. बोनस इशू के केस में नहीं, 5+1 तो स्टॉक स्प्लिट है ना. बोनस इशू इज 1, हाँ 1+1 डिवाइड बाय 1. सो बोनस इशू के केस में द एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर विल बी 2. और स्टॉक स्प्लिट के केस में क्या फॉर्मूला था? A by B. So A is given 5, divide by 1, so it will be 5. So बोनस इशू के केस में एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर 2 है और स्टॉक स्प्लिट में 5 है, और ये इन्होंने कंपनी ने एक साथ अनाउंस किया है. सो 5 वी मल्टीप्लाई बोथ द एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर, 5 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2, टोटल एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर विल बी 10. अगर कंपनी एक साथ अनाउंस करती है सेम रिकॉर्ड डेट पे, तो वी मल्टीप्लाई द बोथ एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर. हाँ, डू द नेसेसरी एडजस्टमेंट ऑफ दीज two things. Existing, the futures and options contract are given, so these are the existing strike price is given, these are the market lot is given. So on the basis of the adjustment factor which you have calculated, which is 10, you have to do the necessary adjustment. So price में क्या होता है whenever you announce bonus issue and stock split, क्या होता है प्राइस को, इंक्रीज होता है डिक्रीज होता है? डिक्रीज होता है ना. सो द एग्जिस्टिंग स्ट्राइक प्राइस, these 3 or 4 5 price which is given to you, all will be divided by the adjustment factor. हाँ, क्योंकि हमें डिक्रीज करना है, सो डिवाइड करो, और फिर चारों प्राइस कितना आ रहा है हमारा, 1,04,000 divided by 10, it will be 10,400, 10,600, 10,800, 11,000, 11,200. Because whenever a company announces bonus and stock split, the share prices decreases and the number of shares increases. और मार्केट लॉट में क्या होता है, इफ ए कंपनी सेइंग दे हैव एग्जिस्टिंग मार्केट लॉट ऑफ 1250, it means one market lot consists of 1250 shares. So in case of bonus and stock split, the number of shares will increase. So multiply this market lot with the adjustment factor, you will get the necessary adjustment, which will be the market lot will increase to 1250 to 12,500, and market price or the existing strike price will decrease from these prices. I'll show you the answer. You see, these are the revised strike price. So they all divided all the existing strike price with the adjustment factor, जो कि आपका 10 है इस केस में. In market lot में they multiply it with the adjustment factor, so market lot will be 12,500. ठीक है? Any question till now? Okay. Now the third option. So they are saying, they are asking in the third question, the existing positions which is 1250, 2500, 3750 and 5000. तो इसमें क्या एडजस्टमेंट करोगे आप? What will you do with the adjustment factor in this case, जो कि आपको existing positions दे रखी है? एग्जिस्टिंग पोजीशंस का मतलब क्या होता है? लेट्स से एग्जिस्टिंग पोजीशन का मतलब होता है कि दीज आर द नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स विच यू आर हैविंग. अगर आपके पास रिलायंस की एग्जिस्टिंग पोजीशंस है ना, यू आर हैविंग 1000 शेयर्स ऑफ रिलायंस विद यू, So it means you are having existing positions in Reliance with the 1000 shares. So these are the number of shares, which means you are given existing position. So what will you do with the adjustment factor? Multiply. You multiply the existing positions with the adjustment factor. You see, this will be the adjusted positions. All will be multiplied with the adjustment factor, which is 10 in our case. So if you are having 1250 number of shares of that particular company, and after the announcement they have after the announcement, if they made this bonus and stock split in the same ratio, you are going to have 12,500 शेयर्स. मतलब आपके जितने भी नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स आपके पास है वो 10 से मल्टीप्लाई होके इंक्रीज हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. दिस इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू मेक एडजस्टमेंट इन केस ऑफ बोनस इशू एंड स्टॉक स्प्लिट. द एग्जाम्पल विच आई वॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट Bajaj Financial Services Securities Services. It was in the last year, in which these financial services have announced bonus issue as well as stock split. So the stock have rose to 12% and the price was 17,000 before bonus issue and stock split. So let's assume कि इन्होंने ना सेम रेट पे बोनस इशू और स्टॉक स्प्लिट किया था जो हमने अभी किया. आई थिंक था भी सेम. लेट मी चेक. चलो अनाउंस कर सेम ही मान लेते हैं. बोनस इशू इज ऑल्सो 1:1, स्टॉक स्प्लिट इज 5:1. तो ये 17,000 प्राइस का क्या होगा? विल इट इंक्रीज और इट डिक्रीज आफ्टर द? इट विल डिक्रीज. कितने से डिक्रीज होगा? 10 से. डिवाइड बाय 10. तो उस टाइम आफ्टर बोनस इशू एंड स्टॉक स्प्लिट द प्राइस वेंट फ्रॉम 17,000 टू 1,700. एंड अगर आपके पास एक शेयर होता तो एक की जगह पे आपको 10 शेयर्स मिलते, है ना. सो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स इंक्रीज एंड द प्राइस डिक्रीज. अभी भी प्राइस चेक करोगे तो इट्स अराउंड आई थिंक 1,700 ओनली. लॉस क्यों होगा? तो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स भी तो बढ़ जाएंगे. एक शेयर आपने खरीदा 17,000 रुपए के लिए, फिर इन्होंने कंपनी ने अनाउंस किया बोनस और स्टॉक स्प्लिट, तो 17,000 से प्राइस हो गया 1700, लेकिन एक शेयर्स की बजाय आपको 10 शेयर्स मिल गए. तो 1700 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10 इट विल बी 17,000 ओनली. अभी भी देखो प्राइस कितना है? 1567, राइट. जब उन्होंने अनाउंस किया होगा तब इसका लेट्स एक साल पहले का देखते हैं. हाँ, तो इट वाज अराउंड दिस 17 से 1800 था. ठीक है. सो दिस इज व्हाट हैपन इन केस ऑफ बोनस इशू एंड स्टॉक स्प्लिट. और एडजस्टमेंट भी अब आपने करनी आ गई प्राइस में, मार्केट लॉट में, एंड इफ देयर इज एनी एग्जिस्टिंग पोजीशन उसमें भी. So if you have any doubt you can ask, or this is all for today from my side.
Sir,